Thanks for what you do with your podcast and all the rest. You're doing a great job. Hope everybody keeps tuning in. You get a lot of good info, a lot of insights, understandings of how to get strong, how to stay strong, how to use your strength.
You do a great job, dude. You make things better than they are in real life, I think.
If you don't follow Massenomics, y'all do it. Social media, website, everything.
Massenomics.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 1 of the Gym Radar podcast. We're excited to kick this new podcast series off. Just kidding. This is actually episode 517.
I think so.
517 of the Massenomics. Jeez, when these numbers get so high.
Big numbers.
Sounds made up at a certain point.
Yeah.
It's number 80 bajillion of the podcast. Just making shit up. There's no way you guys recorded 516 of these prior
I kind
to
of feel like
this.
That's the point now it is the truth when you say that. People are like, yeah, okay. Big
Yeah.
number.
Yeah. 517 of the Massenomics podcast. And boy, do we have a doozy, because we are going to talk a little Gym Radar. So hopefully you're on our radar. We're going to get more into that. But first, something else that's on my radar is...
I love this bar.
A lot of Texas power bars on my radar this week. A lot of Texas deadlift bars on my radar. 2 of the most popular barbells that you'll come across on Gym Radar currently are the Texas power bars. They don't make them like they used to, but Texas Power Bars still does. Get your bar at texaspowerbars.com. Fully stocked, locked and loaded, locked, chalked, ready to rock on the Texas Power Bar 7th Gen, the original 28.5 millimeter, the deadlift bar, that super cool 2-inch fat axle bar. Check them all out, texaspowerbars.com.
This episode is also brought to you by Juggernaut AI. Juggernaut AI is the smartest program for you. Since 2009, Juggernaut has been your trusted training resource, helping tens of thousands of athletes reach their goals. Here is how it works. You download the app. Once you get the app downloaded, you tell the app, the system, all about yourself and your goals. That involves some measurements on you, your weight, your height. I don't know height actually, but your weight, your age, your training experience, some of your preferred training days, how often you like to train, training styles, things like that. Once you do all that, it's going to make a program specifically for you. And once that program exists, you're going to be checking in with the app before every session, during every session, and after. And from there, it's going to be making adjustments for you every step of the way to provide you with the best training possible. If you want to get Juggernaut AI, head over to their website, juggernautai.app, and then once you check out online, you can use code Massenomics and save 10% on the lifetime of your membership, but you have to do that through the website, juggernautai.app. Code Massenomics will save you 10%. Thank you, Juggernaut AI.
What are you drinking over there this week, Tom? Anything special?
Believe it or not, I don't think we've ever had this one on the show before. This is a Polar, but it is a Polar pink apple and lemon. How about that?
Oh.
How about them apples?
Color me. Pink apple and lemon. So what? Say the combination again.
Pink apple and lemon.
Pink apple.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second. First point of contention. Pink apple. What the hell's that?
You know, I got to be really honest with you right now. I'm kind of sick, but I cannot taste this at all. And I know my taste is good because I just ate before, so I can taste my food fine, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just like not there right now, but this tastes like almost nothing to me.
You know why
And
it tastes
Polar-
like nothing? Because pink apple is not
It's
a
not
thing.
a thing. Yeah. Even wow.
That's why. I'm going to have myself one of these Oikos 30 grams protein shake again,
Hitting the heavy
because
stuff there.
I needed just a few more calories to hit my macro. So the other thing I'm going to do is live on air here. I'm going to scan it into MacroFactor. If I can find a barcode on it. There she is.
Get to scanning.
Just like that.
Oh,
Yep.
that's macro entry made easy.
Logged it. My day is complete. 254 grams of protein right here with this little guy. MacroFactor, discount code what?
Massenomics.
Saves you, I'll get you actually a free couple first weeks of the program or something like that. And I got to tell you, I get a lot of personal feedback from people that get on MacroFactor and like basically thank us because like people outside of the internet, even that people are just like, yeah,
I don't know if
this is
there's
great.
anything on the
using this
show
before
that we've recommended that we get more comments from people that, yeah, that actually has changed my life in ways, not just like, whoa, like, oh man, I got this cool t-shirt. My life's like, people are legit like, no, I've lost like 30, 40, 50 pounds and my life is way different now. And MacroFactor is a huge part of that for a lot of people. So
this isn't like a paid ad too, but like the other thing about it too, and I think the reason it comes up is because it's just like shockingly not that expensive for how good it is too. Maybe it's not shockingly, but like it's once you use it, you're like, this is definitely worth how much they charge for it. I guess that's my takeaway from it. Big Keith asked my body weight. It is today 247, hanging real solid around I have not been outside of 245 to 249 in like as long as I've been on MacroFactor. I guess
you stay right there.
Like I just follow the because I follow, I do what it says.
It is.
And like my weight does not fluctuate. It's like my fluctuation is, I am a little bit more sick and run down, and I kind of like went down like 2 pounds, but then I keep my calories the same. Even if I'm not what happens is I'm not actually as hungry. It's a little harder to hit my calories, but I just do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I could eat like half as much when I'm not feeling good.
Or when you're just really tired. It just kills your
but then I'm
appetite.
actually, then I am going to lose like 6 pounds, and I don't really want to lose 6 pounds.
Got to keep all those LBs on there. Ain't got no pounds to spare.
I guess this is very obvious. It doesn't even need to be said, but it is normally if I'm not using MacroFactor or something like that, when I get sick, I would just by default not want to eat. And then you go back to the gym and you're like, oh, I'm so weak because I was sick. But also you're so weak because you just lost 4 pounds because you've been eating half your calories for 3 or 4 days. And if you can circumvent that, I think that strength loss is going to be significantly less.
Just keep feeding that machine. Never stop.
Even if it doesn't want it.
Just
force it in. Stomach flu being a little bit of an exception to that rule.
Little is the key word there.
But isn't it funny, like if you have like even just like a head cold or the whatever cold, you're never like super hungry?
No, that's exactly what I'm going through right now. Like I'm down a few pounds this week, so I'm like, I just have like the second you start to feel full, it's like, make it stop, man. I just don't want this right now.
Big Steph is down 50 pounds in 8 months on MacroFactor. All right, enough about MacroFactor.
Yeah. We got our own stuff to talk about here.
I wonder, should we talk about the Arnold preview?
Yeah, we should.
Or should we jump into Jim Radar first? Or
no, let's get the Arnold out of the way because we'll just forget about it once we get going.
Yeah. So when this episode comes out, it's the week that we're on our way to the Arnold, right? Well, I say on the way like it's a 3-day drive like normal, but that's not the case this year, is it?
I'm so glad. I'm so glad we're not in the car for just
someone was asking me about it, and I'm like, we would have to camp. If we had planned on doing it, there's no way. We would just
at this point,
there's absolutely no way.
Now with everything going on, it would be just
with everything going on, of course not.
Would have actually killed us. But no, now it's just to hop on that airplane and know that I'm coming home like in a day and a half, basically.
Yeah, presumably if there's any chance of the airplane's actually doing what they're supposed to, but
which is a big assumption now, but either way, we're just not sitting stationary in a car for 20 straight hours, which is much nicer.
So it is Arnold week. As you all know now, we are going to be there. There is no Massenomics booth this year, though. We are flying into Detroit on Friday, and we're doing 4 gym tours Friday in the Detroit area. And then driving somewhat of the way towards Columbus, and then Saturday morning driving the rest of the way to Columbus. We're going to do a gym tour Saturday morning in there. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. So we're going, well, not because that's not going to happen, but Saturday during the day, we're going to be at the convention center, and we're going to shoot a video while we're there also, is the plan.
Yeah.
Right?
So we should leave the weekend with 4 or 5, maybe 6 videos, 4 to 6 videos, depending on how things go.
Yep. And Saturday night is the big Massenomics crew event, which I think we're at about 55 people that have RSVP'd that they're going to be there. That is at the Eagle, which is downtown. What is it, like 2 blocks away from
I think it's closer to like 4 or so, but
yeah, it's a hop, skip, and a jump, depending on what your stride length is.
It's a fun walk. You'll encounter all types of situations.
Yes. It's not far. So I think we have that on lockdown from like 7:30 to 11, something like that.
Did they cap it at 60? Was that did you say like that's the?
I think it's 65.
Okay. So we can still fill that thing up. We got room for lots of people.
I'm not too worried. I think there might be a couple last minute additions, but there probably also going to be a couple people at the end that decide they're not coming or something. Yeah. So I think we're good on that. And for anyone that's eating there, just to say this one more time, this applies to 60 people listening to the podcast right now, if they're all listening. So, and probably only half of them are. So this applies to about 30 of the several thousand people listening right now. So if you're one of those 30 people listening that this affects, please listen up. We had to buy all the food. Since we're renting out the whole thing, we had to buy a whole bunch of food in advance that we paid for. So we're going to just, we're going to have an online payment. It'll be through the Massenomics website. I may even just wait and just have you do it like that night or something too, just to be like, yep, if you're here, go online and pay for this thing. And it's just, we're going to, I don't know, do a reasonable number for that. No, Keith said $50 a head. No, we're going to cover some of that also, I guess. Like part of the benefit of being a Massenomics crew member is we're covering some of it. The dollar amount was very expensive for the food, but the food is very good there. Yeah. It's probably going to be more like $25 a head, something like that. Yeah, roughly. So just give or take. I actually have to look at the math a little bit, but no, we're not going to do it some amount that you're like, oh, fuck this. Why did I sign up?
So when you see Tanner just with an adding machine all day at the Arnold, he's just crunching numbers.
I'm like, oh God, one person dropped out.
Got to start this whole thing over again.
I guess that's my point. We're not going to do the perfect math. We're going to cover some of that, to make it easy math.
Oh, I know. People can just get us a beer or two. We'll call it even, right?
Oh, I'll get you a beer sometime.
Yeah,
you just help me move for 8 hours. Yeah. I'll get you a beer sometime.
Get me a beer at the expo when we're walking around. We'll just call it even.
It all evens out then, doesn't
it? Yeah. Dinner's on me. You got me a beer. We're good.
As far as anything else, Arnold preview works. I'm excited to just go check out the convention center and just walk around and shoot the shit with people.
To just be there and like, no, we're here because we want to be, and we can leave when we want to, and we can show up when we want to. We're not chained to it like we normally are.
And we're shooting a video, but really maybe we're going to be at 4 or 5 equipment booths. So we could probably knock that out in an hour if we really wanted to. Yeah, but I don't know if our strategy is to knock it out and be completely done, or just like meander around in between. I'm not sure. We haven't really discussed that. But either way, we won't be under the gun, which is exciting. We're not going to be busy the entire time.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of will be busy the entire time.
Well, we will be busy the entire time, but it won't be like stressful busy.
Right.
Kind
It'll be more self-directed.
Right. Otherwise, I'm just excited to see it.
Yeah.
It's weird not having a booth still. Like, that'll be interesting to see what that feels like, being there and not having a booth.
I know.
It makes me feel a little bit like an outsider is the only bad part of it.
I know. But we do have media badges, though.
We are media. Yeah, that's true.
So we got that part at least.
We still do not have to pay to go into the convention.
I will not pay to enter that building.
Yes. Off purely principle, we have never, let's be real. We've paid.
Well, yeah.
We've paid dearly we paid way more than everyone else to go in there. Well, we paid way more than average to go in there, but we've never actually paid for admission, a pass to walk through. Yeah. All right. Keith said it. If you don't have Jim Radar stickers to hand out, you're a horse's ass. Well, nobody calls me a horse's ass.
Oh, baby. They're there already.
Tell about it. Because do we have Jim Radar stickers to pass out. So we've got a couple different, a few of these have actually gone in orders the last day or two because they just showed up. So here's this long, and these are actually pretty high quality stickers too.
Yeah, the premium stuff.
box one, and then the one that's my whole nut.
Flip it the other way. It's the wrong way.
Yeah, can tell.
There we go. Oh,
yeah, through the back.
That's a circle sticker, all right.
And we will be bringing some of these for the Arnold for all the crew that we run into. If you come up to us and say, "I'm on your radar," you get a free Jim Radar sticker. Mm-hmm. But you have to say the phrase,
say the magic
"I'm
words.
on your radar," or "You're on my radar," or so.
Or you can say, "Come with me if you want to come." That's allowed too, since that's the Arnold.
Yes. If you come up to us and say, "Come with me if you want to come," you will be getting a free Jim Radar sticker. So yeah, you haven't even seen these yet, Tommy.
No, I haven't. I didn't know they were there already. That was fast.
Yeah, I am rich in Jim Radar stickers right now.
Nice.
Arnold can't ban these stickers.
Hell nah.
I mean, they can again if they want to, but I hope they don't. They won't know it's us this time. It doesn't have. They don't know who's behind Jim Radar.
Pulled a quick one on him.
Come with me if you want to blip.
Yeah. All right. Should we get to Jim Radar talk?
Yeah, we got a lot of Jim Radar talk. So there are probably people listening. They're like, what is Jim Radar?
Actually,
and why do you keep saying
that? If you've been
that?
just even a little out of the loop, you don't know what the hell we're even talking about right now.
Someone in the Massenomics Discord today said, did the meme of like, I don't know what Jim Radar is, and frankly, at this point, I'm ashamed to ask or afraid to ask.
It's actually kind of crazy that is. Yeah. But there's a lot of people that don't really, they don't keep up on social media. So I guess their way of keeping up with us is through the podcast. So this is, I guess, really breaking news to them. Actually, they don't even know what the breaking news is because we haven't told anything yet.
Yeah. So what is the breaking news, Tommy?
So the breaking news is the secret project that we've been hinting at for like the last 5 months that we've been talking about nonstop. It did officially launch this past week on Tuesday. And that project is Jim Radar. You say, Jim Radar, what the hell is that? Jim Radar is your source for home gym equipment, inspiration, and community. And it is a website that we have spent insane amounts of time getting going. And really what it is it is a website where you can make a page for your gym. You make a profile for your gym. You can upload gym photos. You can build out your entire equipment list for your gym. Currently, we have like 4,500 pieces in the equipment database, Tanner. Is that about right?
Yep, almost.
Yeah, we have about 4,500 pieces of equipment in the database. You can add all your equipment. Each of those link to your gym. People can read more about the equipment. They can look it up and buy it if they want. They can see what gyms have any piece of equipment. And then you can also leave reviews for all of your stuff. How many reviews does the site have so far, Tanner? Over 5,000?
A live number is 5,381 reviews as we sit here right now.
Oh, yeah. So over 5,300 reviews on this website.
Equipment reviews left all by users of Jim Radar.
Mm-hmm. So you got that. If you're a
4,318 pieces of approved equipment.
There you go.
At this moment.
4,300. Yeah. We got the certified training facility map. If you happen to be one of those, the map is new and improved. That's on there. There's also a leaderboard, so you do get rewarded and you get bragging rights for participating in the website, and you get points, and you can see how you stack up against the top 100 as far as points go. You also get a nice little badge to show off your achievements. And
you want to know who's number one on the leaderboard?
Big Hogan.
Big Hogan with 3,051 points.
That's a lot.
Is the number one spot on the leaderboard. Do you want to know who's Mr. Irrelevant at spot 100?
Who?
As we speak, it is Big Mostly Squat Videos Matt with 437 points.
It wasn't too long ago. 437 was a respectable number, and now that's quickly putting you in no man's land territory.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the very, very quick overview of what the website is. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of gyms in it already. I guess maybe I brushed over that part, is that you build your gym profile, but you're not just building it for yourself. You're building it for everyone to come check out your gym. And yeah, there are some freaking sweet gyms in there, aren't there, Tanner?
My problem right now, the answer is yes, absolutely there is. And I am on Jim Radar constantly. But my problem is I'm really not getting to appreciate the gyms personally very much right now because I'm on the back end of Gym Radar all the time. So I'm looking at text and columns and rows and
checking
boring
boxes,
stuff, kind of.
copy
Yeah, and check
pasting.
boxes. So I really don't have enough time. But some that I just have briefly come across, I'm like, I need a couple hours just to sit and browse Gym Radar. Like I can't at this point, but like some of the gyms I'm like, holy shit. And actually I can even just tell it by the equipment lists as I start to go through them. Like some of these equipment lists are so interesting. And like I can, because it is like the Matrix to me now. When I look at someone's equipment list, I just see their gym almost.
I can see it.
I start to be able to recognize the type of gym just based on like I can somewhat predict what the next 5 pieces of equipment are based on the first 5.
I know.
I swear, like there are certain buckets of people that have like that. It's like, oh no, you have A, B, and C. Then there's a high chance that you also have D, E, and F.
Yeah, it is. It's like there is this.
I'm getting way sidetracked, but
there's this transitive thing of, if you have these pieces, then you are 90% likely to have these next 3 pieces.
That's so true. Or also, there's just certain where I'm like, oh yeah, this person. You can tell this is a strongman. Like it doesn't take long to be like, yeah, this is a strongman competitor, and that's an obvious one. But just certain things like that you can pick up on.
Yeah.
Or be like, this person knows their budget machines, and I'm like, oh yeah, they have this Rit Fit, they have this Lions Cool, they have this
GMWD
Titan one, and I'm like, oh yeah, they really have the who's who of more budget friendly machines in this gym.
Then you look at someone else that has no machines, but they just have the most high end version of everything.
Or occasionally the gyms that I'm like, they don't even really have a barbell. Or
that's interesting too. Like the ones
I come across, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's different.
Or I'm like, where's the rack at? I'm like, oh, it's just kind of tucked over, because that's in my brain the gym revolves around that. That's not what a gym has to be, but that's just what I'm used to. And sometimes even that one surprises me that, a gym isn't just my definition of it. But I think we're maybe getting ahead of ourselves. Maybe we should go back.
Way.
Yeah. And that's the rabbit hole you can go down is we start talking to each other on the phone about Gym Radar, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, where did we end up? How do we get here?
And when you say we start talking to each other on the phone about it, that's like twice a day, every single day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like a bare minimum of an hour a day. Some days it's 2 hours a day.
Actually tricky to talk about Gym Radar in a way that maybe is digestible for everyone that's coming to it for the first time, because it's so infiltrated into everything that we're doing.
Yeah.
That it's all like, I forget that some people don't know the ins and outs of Gym Radar yet. So I guess we have to keep that in mind.
Right. One other just feature I want to mention, if people are hearing it for the first time, the other really cool thing about once you sign up for an account on Gym Radar is that you get access to the My Radar feed, which gives you live chronological updates of everything on the entire website, from whenever equipment gets added, whenever people add a gym,
Big
whenever
Ashley
they add
just
photos.
reviewed the 43-inch fat skinny pull-up bar from Rogue Fitness.
Yeah.
3.67.
Yep, so you can see exactly what's happening on the website in real time, and if that's ever too much, there is a following button, so you can follow specific people, and you can get a filtered, curated feed, you could say, too. But that's probably enough for features. Maybe we need to go into the story of Gym Radar.
Yeah. And now you got me looking at the feed.
I know.
It's John
so hard
Snow just added deadlift crash pads.
It's such a peaceful way to end my day, because like we go into bed and I'm like, what's everyone been up to? And I'm like, they have that piece of equipment. That's so nice. And I have to read any dumbass comments of people writing stupid shit underneath it. And that's just not there. I'm just like, I'm happy for that guy. He has that. Oh, that guy has a really cool gym. Oh, she has a cool gym. Like it's all positivity.
Yeah. So we could get into every single feature, but Colton's even asking for it. What we probably, I think a big part of this podcast, because it's not going to appear other places all that much, at least not in long form, is what the heck, like where did this come, like what has transpired to get us to the launch of Gym Radar probably.
Yes. So I think, what was that screenshot that Nate posted when we texted him? Was that early October? When we sent him that text, was it like...
Is Nate still listening? He's probably working on Gym Radar right now.
Or it might have been the end of September even. I can't remember. It was something like that. And
Yeah.
I think it might have been the end of September. But anyways,
Like,
there was one
that
day.
like the day? Had we talked long before we messaged him, or was that?
I think it was like hours. Maybe it was the day
so
before.
it was like the
maybe.
day, or okay.
It was within a very short period of time. But
Yeah. So what happened that day?
there was
Did we
one day.
talk about this on the YouTube video that we put
I
out
don't know
about
if we
Jim
actually
Rader or
talked
not?
about this on the YouTube video or not. I think
Okay.
we were more focused on the. Yeah, Nate, what's Keith have here? What's he say? October 2nd. Yeah, we might have talked about it a little before that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, not long though.
Yeah.
So we're probably talking September.
Yeah. There was one day I was on the map and I was just like, I was trying to find something. I can't remember what we're doing. And I'm like, our existing certified training facility map. And I was like, it'd be so nice if people have this cool shit in here, if we could just link to some of it. And, ideally with our business model, have some of those be affiliate links.
And it was like, we're thinking like link to like a couple of the coolest things in their gym.
Yeah. Like it was like link to their rack, a bench, maybe one or two
a
other
bar
things.
or a plate or something
that's it.
like that. Yeah.
And so immediately, I thought this was a great idea. I'm calling Tanner. Like,
Yep.
we're looking in it, but Google doesn't really let you embed a link into their map. And if they do, it's like a big, long, it's not a clean, like hyperlink where you can click here. And it was like messy. And I was like, this doesn't work. And then I'm like, you know what? I know. I've had to do a custom map thing for a client. I'll just make a map and we'll just rebuild this whole thing. It's like, yeah, okay. Yeah. And then like I start looking around and I think I hung up the phone after an hour. I'm like, this is more than I don't really want to rebuild this whole thing. Cause there was also the idea
there was
of
a certain company or a certain product that were like, we thought it was more of an out of the box map thing. And it really wasn't what we thought
but it was also because we bounced around the idea, I think, of like, but maybe people can make their own accounts and do it. Like,
right.
And it was just like, no, making accounts, like that's getting beyond my skill set as a designer. And so I was like, okay, what are we going to do about this? Because this idea seems good. Like we know our certified training facility page gets a lot of traffic on our website. Like this could be a valuable tool. And we
also the idea was a map.
Yeah, it was. So that was okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll say we'll say this in a second. But first, it was okay. We got to find someone's got to help us, and we're like, who could there be? We could hire a developer. We just like are brainstorming, and I think you said, well, Nate does this stuff.
Yeah, well,
and
I was even like, well, there's always a crew member for everything.
Yeah.
Like, literally, it's it's Pawn Stars. I've got a guy for that. Like, that is what the Massenomics supporting member group is, where it's like, we got a guy for that because there is somebody that does just about everything.
And I think there was just a tiny little bit of discussion of like, does this guy do this? Does this? And we're like kind of talking through some things, and you're like, no, we just Nate would know, or he would know a guy is basically. I feel like
he's either gonna like be able to help us or probably steer us in the right direction.
Yeah, and I was like, yep, I'm on board. And that's where Keith has the screenshot of you text Nate and said, Big Nate, we have a top secret project we have questions on. At the very least, I think you could help point us in the proper direction.
Right.
We'll probably just want to do a quick phone call with the three of us sometime if that works for you. And at this point, we had our top secret project name was Project Atlas, wasn't it, Tanner?
Yes, Project Atlas. That was the original.
Because it was just going to be, hey, we're just making a better gym map. And we thought
that was in theory the original name.
Yeah. We were going to think the project was going to be called like Gym Atlas or something like that.
Right.
And we talked to Nate, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we can do anything." He starts. Yeah. He was all gung ho, like, "Yeah, we can do it. Just like let's make it happen." And I want to say from the time we talked to within a week, it was like, well, you know what would be cooler than just having a map with a few things? Like, what if you just had a whole profile for your gym and you could put on photos, and like maybe you could add like 8 pieces of equipment to your gym if you wanted to, like your 8 best things.
Right.
And it was like, and then it just like we kept adding things.
It was just a snowball.
It was because that was initially it was like we really truly, this is the biggest joke of the entire thing, is that we thought people would make a profile and they would add 5 to 10 things. Like that's what we thought this was going to be. Not until we got the first round of beta testers did we realize, no, people want to catalog every item in their gym. Like it did not dawn on us until that time that that's what we were actually getting into. And we're like, yeah, this is a whole different animal. But yeah, I mean, the features just kept, as we're going, it's like, well, it's just a natural transition to need equipment reviews. And well, if you're doing reviews, now you need photos. And if you're doing...
the reviews was a light bulb moment where it was like, oh yeah, reviews. That's like, because reviews weren't an original part of it though either.
No,
like
they
originally
weren't
was
part
the
of it for the
map,
first
and then
few
it was
weeks
like,
either.
okay, it's the map, and then we also need this equipment database.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, and about that same time, it's like, well, it's there was a turning point when it was like, yes, it is a map, but a map is just like a feature, and the other thing is probably more just browse. Like, you don't need a map to browse the gyms.
Yeah.
You just want to see pictures of the gyms to browse the gyms.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I was like, okay, the map is a way to browse them if you want to geographically, but what if you don't want to geographically? And that's like what our gyms page is now,
Right,
which
because-
is more conventionally how you browse.
Right, because you can
shit like
apply
that on the
filters
internet
and
for
sorting,
anything.
and
Right.
you have ways to control the data a little bit. Whereas with a map is just shooting in the dark for where you end up.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it was just like, and the funny part is, do you remember? I think it was on the first phone call with Nate. It was either the first phone call or one of the first texts. I remember the idea was brought up was, I said, "Do you think this could be done by Black Friday?" And Nate's like, "Yeah, probably," because at that time we did think it was just a map.
It was 1/10 of what it is now.
Right. And now here we are, in mid-February or end of February, and we finally launched.
Yeah.
So that just shows like how much bigger this project turned into than what we thought from the onset. But it's just because like the ideas really did feel like they just kept getting better and better and better.
Yes.
And the more we
like
played
the
with
reviews is a great example. Once we really started to talk about reviews, I think we all three were in agreement. Like, reviews have to be a part of this when it comes out. Like, it's so good and valuable because the other piece of this is we still have a ton of ideas right now.
Yeah.
That we can't implement every single thing for the first version because we would just be working on it forever and never release it. Like, we'd never be ready to release it because there's always another thing. So we're like, okay, whatever are things we have to have for the first version of this and for launch. Mm-hmm. And that's what you see now. But don't think that that's all it's going to be, because we probably in our minds already know what version 2, 3, and 4 look like.
Oh, we
and
have in our project manager, we have a list of 70 more things that could happen, like it's
right.
And some of them are just brainstorming ideas. Some of them are, things that need to happen, but they're just not a priority. I mean, it's all over the place, but there's a ton of ideas still that we have that we can just keep making this thing better and better.
Right. But we did have to say, like, no, we need to get this out there.
Mm-hmm.
And part of it, we needed to get it out there because I'm very confident nothing else like this exists. There are a lot of people that are be like, oh yeah, I have this and I was going to kind of make it do, I just couldn't quite incorporate, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't want to shit on people, but like, there's nothing else like this. We wanted to make sure to get this out before there ever was something else quite like this. Mm-hmm. Is maybe one way to say that. Like,
yeah.
We wanted to move on it before we had a lot of time, effort, money, stress into this. Like, we're like, we need to get people start to enjoying this and using it, and that'll help us develop it as much as anything from there.
Yeah, start collecting feedback and all that.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, leading up to the launch though, that was the other thing is, we kept adding features in, kept adding them in, and then it was the population of the equipment database. And we can say on like people don't realize this is that we didn't like scrape websites. Like every single item in this website was manually added, like every single item. And it's because I don't know if you spent much time looking around, but I'll say this right now, 50% of gym websites suck bad. Like if you own a gym company, look in the mirror, man, like give yourself an honest look. Does your website have descriptions of your products?
You're saying gym equipment companies, because we know we basically
We've
know
been on every one.
The ins and outs of every gym equipment website at this point.
Half of gym equipment websites don't even have a description of what the product is. They might have
Some of them
specs. They might have specs.
Shockingly bad.
But like
that they're so bad.
I have a home gym. We talk about home gym stuff all the time. I've been to websites where I'm like, I don't know what this is. I don't know how I found out what this is. You don't tell me anything about this. It's just a product name. There's no photos of it in use. There's no description of what it's for, what to do with it. It's just, this is made of this steel and this quality, whatever. And that's it.
It's like, what is it?
I have no clue what it is. And that is a shocking common problem in the gym equipment space. It is wild. And so now you're trying to come up with descriptions or like the photos they use. They provide 10 photos and the only one that really shows the product good is photo number 7. And so like there's almost no way to automate this stuff because it's all over the board as far as how people as far as how these websites are put together. So everything
we manually put
everything in the website was manually added by us. Like it's all 4,000 in some pieces. It was
Nate designed it in a way that actually works really well.
We have
for
some
us
tools
to do that.
where we can make it better and faster. Like it's
yes.
I mean, it is labor intensive, but we can crank through these, especially when the data is set up in a way that's somewhat friendly to us. But there was some interesting takeaways discovering into what people do on their websites and some of them are like, hey, I know you make a quality product. I've seen your stuff. I know but you do not represent that one bit on your website at all. Like if I'm coming here for the first time and I'd never heard of you, my takeaway is going to be like, yeah, I don't know if this is a real business. Peace out. Like it's just, it's wild.
Yeah. So that's the equipment data, but that's still actively a big part of what we're doing too. There's a lot of equipment entry going on, especially early on in this project. That's so that's a big piece of what we got cooking.
And that is a major feature of it is that as a user of the site, once you make an account, and in case we didn't mention, making an account is completely free. There is, if you're a certified training facility, you can have some additional perks, but to have an account, be on the website, it is free. There's no cost to you. And once you have an account and you start adding equipment to your gym, you can recommend new pieces, make equipment suggestions. So if something is missing from the database, we have an automated system where you can add the name of it. If we have the brand, you can add the brand, add a link to it. We review every one of those. And if it's something that's belongs on the website and doesn't already exist, we will add it. Some of them might take us a little bit of time, but as long as it's there, like we have every intention of getting around to all of these at some point. Yep. And people have been doing a lot of that.
Yeah. Keith asked how many were there before. Well, we could talk about beta testing too, but we had like over 2,000. We were over 50% of what we have to date, I suppose, was
I want to
before
say
we even let people in.
Yeah,
so we had our long list of brands that were like, no, we have to get pretty complete catalogs of these because everyone owns equipment from these brands.
Yeah, and that is the thing. I guess we didn't talk about that a ton in this part of it, but as far as the origin story, it was because the certified training facilities, like that was becoming one of the most popular pages on our Massenomics website every month. Tons of traffic there. And then
so it's like, how do we just make this cooler?
Yeah, we have tons of super awesome data here and buy-in and people and engagement. Like, how can we do something cooler with this? Like, people have proven there's an interest here. What can we do? And then also, we've gone to 50 plus gyms in the last 2 years here. We've seen a shit ton of gyms. Like, there's probably very few people that have been to that many home gyms, if anybody. I don't know. Has anybody been to that many home gyms in the last 2 years? Like,
it'd be weird if they have.
And it's not like we just stopped into a gym and did a quick workout. Like, we're going in depth talking about what they got, why they got it, how they did it. Like, we're having these cool conversations. So you're getting all these takeaways of like seeing how people set up their gyms, the things they do, how they come to these conclusions. And like, we've just kind of had all this stuff swirling and it's like, what can we do with this? It's all there. And this just felt like the thing that like, oh no, we are the people that are uniquely positioned to connect these dots and create this really awesome tool.
Well, that's something we've talked about too, is that, we had the idea to create it. We had the ability to do it. We got the right people involved to be able to do it. But part of it too, like even if we created this exact thing and we had no way to be able to tell people about it or show people it or get people on the site or interested, this would be a big uphill battle if we haven't invested 10 years into Massenomics like we have, and the audience, everyone here listening, like if we didn't have that audience to show this to up front, it'd be really tough to get the momentum, the train wheels moving on this if we were just had no audience.
Yeah, if
starting
we
from zero
had just been, if we had, and I'm not saying this as a knock to anyone, but if we had just been like, oh, I just love watching home gym YouTube videos, which I do, but like if it had just been, oh, I love watching home gym YouTube videos. Oh, Tanner, let's start this gym project, we'll call it Gym Radar, and build this website. And if we just did this right now and we were just two guys and we threw it out there, I don't know, there'd probably be a few people that would sign up, but it's part of having that experience in the industry and the connections that also helps launch it too. Like it is,
Right.
I mean, you have to acknowledge like that is a part of making this stuff work, is having a little bit of a platform, you know?
Yeah.
But
There's a million different things we could talk about. With
yeah.
it, but,
So I think though, it's like once we got the equipment to a spot where, you know, we felt like we had the biggest people mostly in, then it was, we needed to get some testers in because we needed to get some gyms in and see how people actually use the site that aren't us, that didn't, you know, think through the concepts of how it should work. And that was when we started with the beta testers. And that was really interesting because in the beginning, okay, this is not a knock to anyone, but it's just a reality check for Tanner and I, is if we have an idea, we know if either one of us has an idea throughout the day and we think it's good, we will call each other instantly and be like, okay, listen, like it's like drop everything, listen to this idea. And unless it's like literally we're in a meeting or something crazy important has happened, we drop everything. It's like,
yeah,
all right, what's going on? And like, we'll brainstorm and talk through it and do it. And so we're like, oh, we're going to send this to beta testers and people are just going to drop everything they're doing and doing this. And that's when you get the reality check of like, oh no, actually most people have lives and they got stuff going on. Like most people are not just like ready to go on stuff like we are, which makes sense. You know, that which makes sense. But no, we did send this to a bunch of beta testers and, you know, quickly we found the pain points of the website, the bugs, the errors, the things that made sense to us because we talked it through, but when you don't have all these preconceived notions of how this works,
right,
where people were getting crazy confused. And that was super, super helpful. Like just going through round after round after round of that to get the website to a spot where it is today, because there's a lot of things that are very different than they were in those first few stages.
And a lot of it thanks to good feedback that we got there.
Yeah.
That's part of it, even to just things we took for granted where it's like, well, it's so obvious to us. We've talked about it 100 times. Of course I know what you're supposed to do when you go to this screen. And then someone seeing it for the first time, they're like, what do you do here?
Right. I think the biggest one, probably the biggest quality of life, one of the biggest quality of life improvements was initially, so we made product categories on the website. You know, everything's basically broken down into machine, barbell, strongman, cardio, miscellaneous,
Weights,
storage,
dumbbells.
weights. Yeah, dumbbells. You know, we have like these 8 product categories. And if people want to add products to their gym right now, you just go to the search bar, you just start typing in your product and it appears. But initially we're like, oh no, those will be segmented. So people have better like prompts for them to find stuff. So when you want to add your rack, you go to the rack category and start typing. And then when you're ready to add barbells, you'll go down to the barbell box and start typing, which those ones are easy. But then when you get to things that are like,
a sandbag,
you're like, well, is that cardio? Is that strongman? Is that miscellaneous? And then we quickly realize there's a lot of stuff that people just aren't sure what category I mean, rightfully so. They don't know what category we picked. So people were having trouble finding things, or they thought things were missing. And then that idea got scrapped fairly early on. And then it just moved
stuff
to one.
is categorized still by those on the site. They all have that category. But when you're searching equipment to add to your gym, it's a general search, and whatever you pick, like it gets assigned to the category that it's assigned to, but you don't have to know that ahead of time, which now seems very obvious to me as I say it. But
and the other one that probably got just as much feedback on, if not more, was people adding equipment to their gym and people are used to auto saving. And so they would add 20, 30, 40 pieces of equipment and be like, woo, got that done. Let's go look at my gym. And they'd go to their gym and nothing would be there because they weren't hitting the save button. And that came up over and over and over. And finally it was like, okay, we'll just make it so every time you add a piece of equipment, it auto saves for you. And that also saved a lot of problems.
Just to like really dissect it, just to pick a couple individual parts of it, to show like there's nothing that we haven't had a ton of discussion on. Like anything you see on the site, we have had a ton of discussion on. And one of those things, even just the categories, like we've talked about those categories. It's like, well, how did we arrive at those categories? It's like, well, it started at these 5. And then we were like, well, we really should, this should be. And then eventually it's like
that just don't fit the,
and then eventually it's like, no, that's enough. Otherwise we end up with 40 categories. And then I don't think the categories are useful. So like point there, just a lot of discussion on that. Another one even is just the review system.
Yeah.
As we've designed it. If you've been using Gym Radar for a while, maybe you're a beta tester, you start to take it for granted again after a while that like that. Of course, that's the review system. But so ours is 3 categories, each of them 5 potential stars available, and it's performance, value, and build quality. And however you rate each of the 3 subcategories, that aggregates to a total review on that product out of 5 stars. And I really like that. And I think, I mean, collectively as a group, we decided we really liked that because it takes, well, I mean, how would you explain it?
It just makes the reviews more objective because you're prompting people for the correct, or I wouldn't say correct, but you're prompting people for more objective items to make a better review than just, 5 stars or 4 stars. You know, like that's because it just seems like when it's, you know, like what are people factoring? Because if it's just, hey, what do you rate this? People just pick a star and it's whatever. But when you're saying, hey, well, what do you think of this as a value standpoint? What do you think of this as a performance standpoint? What do you think this is build quality? Like when you're adding those in, now, like you could have things that are really, really good, but they might not necessarily be a good value. And that's reflected in here, you know?
And you still get to use your own personal subjectivity within the review, within the framework of those categories. But it like really guides it. I think that it's like, well, you can't just, if you're going to say, I love this product, but then you're like, yeah, the build quality was actually not quite that good. And actually value is, you know, it's way expensive for what it is. And it's like, well, it's not a 5-star then.
Yeah.
You know, because you're just explaining to me how it's not a 5-star. So that, you know, you can have your opinion and that goes into the review and that reflects in the review, but it kind of guides it, I think. Guides where that fits in. And then plus you get to explain as much of that as you want in the actual review. And then we have pictures added to it. You know, originally we didn't have pictures on the reviews. That was something that came on as an addition too.
Yeah. And it's, I mean, that's, you know, it's reviews. People want to see how other people use it and live with it in their space. So that quickly turned into a necessity. But just speaking on the review side again here. So what do we say here, Tanner? We got like 5,400 reviews right now. If that might be my biggest surprise of this entire project is, I was telling my wife earlier, I'm like, if you said after 1 year of Gym Radar existing, you'd have 5,000 reviews, I would have been like, that's a really big number. That's probably not possible, but that'd be crazy. And here we're like a few days in and we're at 5,400 reviews. Like that's nuts.
It's growing like 500 a day or something.
I think yesterday
like that.
grew like over 600.
Yeah.
It's wild. And I've read a lot of them. I mean, I haven't read all of them. It's impossible to keep up, but I've read a lot of them and I really, really enjoy that. It's just all over. It's not like you're stuck in one company's, review section where it's like, okay, this company makes these type of items. And so you're just seeing the same things over and over. You'll get a review for a York Roundhead, and then the next review will be for a Voltra. And it's like, you couldn't have more extreme swings in what exists. And that's kind of the beauty of it. Like it's like this review roulette where it's just the wildest changes in gym equipment.
Should we do supporting our supporting members and certified training facility of the week and then come back to a little more Gym Radar talk?
Yeah.
Supporting our supporting members. This is a relatively new segment. And if you become a Massenomics supporting member, there are several perks that come along with that. It's essentially Perk City Population U. And one of those perks is potentially getting shouted out on supporting our supporting members each week. Another one of the really big perks is once or twice a year, on average, we send out crew mailers, a gift to everyone that's a supporting member. And if you're listening now and you haven't signed up, this is going to be the best day of your life. I'm going to tell you in advance, you have to get signed up now and you will thank me for the rest of your life, because coming sometime later this spring, we have a crew mailer coming that's going to be one of the funnier ones we've ever done, I think. And you know what I was thinking about this crew gift that's coming is I can't wait to see it for the first time in its native, like what I would say intended use case.
Right, yeah.
Like see it actually being used as that. Wild. And I will laugh out loud at that.
Yeah.
Because knowing it existing in that way will be just super funny to me.
It'd be so stupid. Yeah.
So there's going to be a line in the sand coming, and we're getting closer to that line in the snow, if you will, if you're in many parts of the country over this last week. But there's going to be a line in the sand coming, and we want you to get signed up before that line so that you get in on this gift. Like if you're on the fence, get off the fence, get across the line, get signed up. So you could hit supporting our supporting members like Big Zach. Wait. This update for me here. Got any? We got pause screen music.
What's going on here?
I wrote this in my phone or something. I'm not seeing it on my.
So I don't know if YouTube will flag us for this weekend or not.
Oh, maybe it doesn't like that.
It might. I don't know.
I think we played it before. I
can't remember.
That's for anyone that doesn't know. That's a pre-show staple.
Mm-hmm.
A pre-show is another perk of the
show.
Yeah. Oh, that's annoying. There must not autosave. I think Jim Radar does.
Damn it, Asana.
I'll go back and do this a little bit of an old-fashioned way. I'll just find a couple of these in here then. It might not be as comprehensive as some, but Big Keith and Big Stephanie, both supporting members, just hit their 20-year anniversary. So congrats on a 20-year long funeral.
Just waiting for it.
Get that. What's the 20th anniversary? What's that? Is that a golden anniversary?
Any of that stuff.
It's platinum.
Is it?
No, I don't actually know.
Yeah, I don't know any of that stuff.
There's actually some really weird ones. And then like you're supposed to get a gift based around that, right?
Yeah, I can't keep up with that.
Yeah. Big John Corey competed in static monster competition, his first ever comp, and he won the novice division. So congrats there to Big Corey. Big Kona is down 35 pounds on his weight loss journey. We're seeing some muscle definition, so that's pretty sweet. 35 pounds is no joke. Big Matthew competed in his first ever USAPL meet. He squatted 562, benched 530, and deadlifted 595 for a 1488 total PR, coached by the one and only Big Waffle Iron.
Oh, hell yeah.
Toured that gym a time or two. Big Hunter went 6 for 9 at SPF Southern Strength Classic. 6 for 9. Nice. The Rochester, New York crew, Big Chris Mark, Big Keith, Big Lucas, Big Dan. I don't know if they all were competing together. It was a Static Monsters or Strongman. Maybe it was full Strongman. Maybe it was just Static Monsters that they were competing at together. Big Eddie visited the Cesneys.
Yeah.
And Big Eddie also visited the president in North Dakota. So this guy gets around like a record.
Yeah, he does. We know that.
Yeah. People just pass this guy around. Hate to know what he's transmitting with them everywhere he goes.
Whose turn next?
Yeah. Big Keith, I see his results. He ended up in that Static Monsters. He did end up hitting a 210-pound log PR there. Nothing to shake a stick at, is it?
No.
And this week's guest on Unpaid and Underrated was Big Chris from the Boston area. Also toured that gym a time or two, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Thank you to our supporting members. Keep up the good work. And anyone that is a supporting member, make sure you're in the Massenomics Discord. It's the only way you get in there. And if you have anything cool that goes on, whether it's lifting or life related, and you would like it to be shouted out in this segment at some time in the future, we have a competitions and supporting member channel in our Discord. Pop it in there. We'd like to see that sort of stuff, and we like to be able to share it with everyone. So put it in there so we can share. Now, Certified Training Facility of the Week is going to look a little different than it has before in the past. And anyone now in hindsight, if you were listening to last week's episode 516, we toured the Ugly Carpet Gym, and you might have been saying to yourself, why do these guys know so much specific information about this gym? And it is because we were looking at it on Gym Radar. Gym Radar hadn't been released to the public necessarily yet, but there was a lot of people on there. Yeah. Also, like as a supporting member perk, they got access to Gym Radar before everyone else did too.
Yes, they did.
Like that sort of. So whenever we have stuff cooking like that, if you're a supporting member, there's a real good chance you're going to get in on things before anyone else does. So we now have a new map to go about this. And here's another thing. We talked a little bit about the leaderboard on Gym Radar. Being certified training facility of the week is worth a big point bonus. I don't know. Is that 50 or 100?
I think it's 100.
So that's big. Like to make
Certified
it on the
training facility of the week
Yeah.
is 50. 50.
Okay, it's 50. If you get a gym tour, an actual in-person gym tour, that's worth 100. So that makes
yeah.
sense that if this is worth 50. It's kind of the virtual gym tour. So we'll mark that off the second we do this. We'll mark you off as certified training facility of the week.
So
where do we want to go? This is fun. We get to, and I want to say one other thing here too. We had over 500 certified training facilities before Gym Radar.
This is important. Listen, people, this is important.
Right now we have, I can actually tell you this is a metric that we track, and I will tell you because this is important. We have 318 certified training facilities on Gym Radar. That means there's over 200 of you that have already paid to become certified, that all you need to do is go create an account on Gym Radar, and you automatically get the premium membership, which it gets you your pin on the map. It gets you unlimited pictures. It gets you can upload a video, gets you 100 extra bonus points on the leaderboard. Point is, there's 200 of you that we still need. We need you to come over here so you can get on Gym Radar and start showing off your gym, because the old map that's on Massenomics.com that's lived there is going to go away. That page will still exist. It's just basically going to link to everything Gym Radar. Mm-hmm. And it's already kind of starting. It is starting to do that. And we are no longer updating that old map. So don't send us any photos to put on your own map. Just log into Gym Radar and put your photos on there. That old map is going to disappear. We're going to make it disappear very soon. So if you're one of those existing CTFs, you hadn't signed up yet.
Now what the hell are you waiting for?
Get signed up so you can get on our radar. Okay. I think that after my 6 caveats, we could probably start.
Okay. So there's just so much fresh meat this week, Tanner. I mean, do you have a preference? I have some, but.
And no longer, I mean, some of these people haven't uploaded photos, but what we're able to do now is really do a good certified training.
We don't do the guess of what is that thing over there?
Yeah.
I can't tell from this photo, because now also there's so many more photos in there to look at too.
Well, and it's also who wants 50 extra bonus points here.
Okay. I got one that just has a cool vibe to it in a unique way that we'll hit off here. So we are going to go zoom into, let me find the correct area here. Where's my button? We are just in the Denver region. Let's look on the southeast corner of Denver, Tanner. Little place called Strength Gym.
Strength Gym, classic name. Strength. See, I'm going a different route. I'm just searching the gym on Strength Gym. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. First things first, this guy is getting flipped the switch to his certified training facility of the week.
He's just going to wake up in the morning and say, what just happened?
On?
50 points? Yeah. Is there a bug in the website? Did it break?
The points fairy came and sprinkled 50 extra points on my Gym Radar account.
So this is Strength Gym in Colorado. This is Big Jeff. According to his profile, he's a fat 68-year-old man trying to reclaim his youth. I love the profile, Jeff. That's great. About the gym, he does not have any description. So, Jeff, you didn't have that in there, so we're going to take our liberties and make some conclusions.
We're going to describe this for you.
Okay. Tanner, the vibe with this gym, though, is I can't tell actually what we got in the tags here. Is this a basement gym or not? Oh, yeah, it says outdoor and basement. So it's supposed to be in a basement, but it's got that Evan Centopani wood panel vibe to it, you know?
Yes.
That real retro, vintagey look. And what's also crazy about this gym is he has a lot of like 70s kind of, I don't know, memorabilia, pop icons, people like that on here. And the first photo right off the bat, we got a West Side barbell Scout reverse hyper. tucked into the corner. I mean, you hardly see it there with all the posters.
With Gym Radar, the Westside Barbell Scout Reverse Hyper. So many people have that.
Oh,
I did not understand. Everyone has that. It's
that's
crazy.
actually, we should talk a little bit more about equipment revelations we've had.
Yeah.
But that thing is in way more places than what I would ever have guessed. I mean, we've seen it around, but
that is one of the most popular machines. Well, actually, I could literally look that up.
I think it might be the most popular machine on Gym Radar. It might be the number one. So that is the first thing we got there. And then there's is that Tanner? I'm looking at the photo, so you have to tell me, is this the Titan Roman chair hyperextension? Kind of looks like that one.
Let me see here. Let's see. I should have been quicker on the draw on this, but yeah, that's the Titan Fitness Roman chair back hyperextension that he's got.
Yep, I knew it. We got one of those fringe, what do they call their plates? Those fringe ones that have the crazy color.
Yeah, what are those? A lot of gyms do have those too. Yeah. Well, I won't hold it up, but you know what plates we're talking about.
Yeah, he's got some wall control. He's got this great poster, how you'll feel after hitting a new PR at the gym.
See, who is that?
I don't know, but I recognize the
know
face.
who that is, but
yeah, I don't know who it is. But then you got.
See, he doesn't have those fringe plates listed on his gym. He needs to add those.
Got to get those on there. The next corner, we have a Concept 2 bike erg. We got a dip stand. Way more memorabilia on the wall. We got Motorhead, the certified training facility certificates there. We got some vintage Colorado Rockies flags. Lots of good stuff. And then we have a flat. What's the flat bench, Tanner? Do we have a tabs on that?
He might not, because he definitely doesn't have everything completely listed here, but we'll see what he's got for benches.
And then we got a lap.
He's got the EliteFTS flat bench bolt together.
Okay. Yeah, that looks correct. Yep.
Yep.
Then there is a lat pull down of some kind. It is plate loaded. I don't know if that one would be listed on there. It looks like maybe it's not.
That is.
Is it?
That is the Bells of Steel plate loaded lat pull down cable row machine.
That's what I get for doubting this whole thing. Of course it's on there.
Yeah. I like his bar, the way he has his bars on that. Is that what is going on? They're
the last photo. That's what I was.
They're just leaning on his wall control. Aren't they?
It really ties the whole room together. It's like he has. I think for wall control, I don't know if it's like a drill holder or something.
Right.
Like it's almost like a half kind of claw, a U-shaped hook, and he has his barbells on the floor, but then they lean against the wall control in that hook, and it is a really cool look.
Yeah, he has custom wall control panels. He actually has a review on wall control panels. He goes, because it's like the Colorado flag actually is what he's got.
Oh,
it's okay. Can provide you. He's got a site where you can get custom wall control panels either made to your specs or choose from a wide variety of designs like the Colorado flag that he has.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Then he's got some dumbbells. He's got a dumbbell rack, some chains, plates, a rack. We got the EliteFTS SS yoke bar. I'm not sure what the half rack is. That might be listed there, Tanner. I don't know.
Rogue Echo squat stand.
There it is.
And he's got the Westside Power Bar from Rogue Fitness.
Oh, yeah.
He's also got American Barbell Cerakote California Bar.
Oh.
Another interesting piece he's got in there.
Wow. See, we wouldn't know that typically doing these things.
Right. The number one brand of equipment that he has in his gym is Clevabuilt.
Wow.
Clevabuilt, Rogue, and Rep.
A lot of clever stuff. Okay. Very cool.
Yeah. First official, I mean, we did it last week, but first widely known certified training facility of the week via Gym Radar.
Congratulations, Big Jeff. You did it.
Big Jeff, also known as a fat 60-year-old man trying to reclaim his youth. Well, he's doing a good job with that kick-ass home gym.
Yes, absolutely.
You know who else is doing a good job with kick-ass gym equipment? Our newest sponsor of the Massenomics podcast. I think he just saw, did he have any EliteFTS? Yeah, we talked about his EliteFTS bench there and a few other things that Big Jeff had. You could fill out your gym and your Gym Radar profile with EliteFTS equipment. I can tell you this, on Gym Radar, we have almost the entire catalog of Elite FTS equipment on there because I have put that in. I would say it's like 97% complete of any gym equipment you can buy.
And they got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they have a lot of stuff. They have a lot of stuff at Elite FTS. I can vouch for that personally because I've looked at every single piece of equipment on their website. They do have a lot. One of the most popular bars, now I can say this factually, that people have is the Elite FTS SS Yoke bar.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a home gym and you don't have one of those, you're probably missing out on something that that everyone else has collectively decided is one of the best bars you could get for your gym. Check it all out, EliteFTS.com. Use discount code MASS10 on anything you're purchasing. It works on mostly everything. Save you 10%.
This episode is also brought to you by Build Fast Formula. Level up your life with innovative, clinically dosed, and research-backed supplements that just work. Build Fast Formula, it's home to all the supplement classics like your Vaso Blitz, which is your dual nitric oxide support system. They got your Full Blitz, your fully loaded pre-workout formula. They even got Blitz 3D, which is just like the craziest freaking pre-workout you could ever imagine. They also got 80-20 protein. It's Nature's Blend, 80% 80% whey, 20% casein protein. And I've had all flavors of it. Vanilla ice cream, chocolate lava cake, Cinnadoodle, peanut butter crunch, or peanut butter chocolate. They're all delicious. They're all great. They all mix well. Highly recommend it for anyone looking for some good old protein. If you head on over to their site. Oh, they actually, one more thing. They got creatine there too. If you head over to their website and use code Massenomics, you can save 10% on your next purchase at buildfastformula.com. Code Massenomics saves you 10%. 10%. Thank you, Build Fast Formula.
A quick divergence from Gym Radar. Did you watch is the Olympics? It's over, right? And we talked about the Olympics.
Yes, it is over.
Did you watch the hockey gold medal, any of that game?
I watched when I turned it on, there was like 4 minutes left, and I'm like, oh, perfect timing. I can catch the end here. It's tied up, and I can see what happens. And that's a classic sporting event. Gold medal match, tie game, overtime, like
USA and Canada.
Yeah, I mean you can't
write it up much better than that.
No, you can't write it better than that, can you?
No, it was pretty exciting. I felt bad for the Canadian team losing, because I'm like, because there's so much joy in all the winners and so much sorrow in the losers in that scenario, and you can just see it. I'm like, geez, I feel bad. I can relate to that feeling, and it's not to that level, but like if you lose sporting events before, it can be pretty tragic, and it doesn't get worse than that.
I know. And then
the gold medal game in overtime against USA and Canada.
And you added it's the Olympics, so it's like, 4 more years. Am I even going to be in the sport 4 years from now? It's such a long timeline.
The losing might be almost more tragic than the winning is triumphant.
I mean, it very well could be, yeah. And I'm not like a big hockey guy, so I don't know all this stuff, but it's like kind of the recap I got or some of the stuff I saw, it seemed like maybe the Canadians had outplayed America on almost every metric except the one of scoring more. And so I can see how that would hurt extra too.
Yeah. Very exciting though.
Oh, absolutely. Like that's the thing is, it's this gold medal. I was thinking about this. It's this gold medal match. If it was either team had just won like 4-1 or whatever, like it's cool and super exciting. You won a gold medal, but it's a whole different level of, excitement when it's 1-1, go into overtime, win it in overtime. Like it's just it's a totally different thing.
Yeah. The 3 sports teams that I actually care about and actually follow closely all wrapped up their season in the last 24 hours. So
what?
Yeah. I went and I was at all 3 games in the last 24 hours. First was the Northern State Wolves women's basketball team.
Okay. I looked at were they about 500-ish on the season?
Yeah. Yeah. Something like that. Maybe a little bit, but they had a home first round playoff game.
Oh, they did.
Yeah. But we lost last night in overtime by 1.
Oh,
so that was to a team that we beat earlier in the season.
Oh, that sucks.
So that was demoralizing. And we had a stud player. She scored like 41 points the game before.
Really?
Yeah, she was, I think, like in the runnings for having the highest scoring season in like team history for a woman
Wow.
on the women's team, something like that.
That's impressive.
And for anyone that doesn't know, this completely irrelevant to everyone listening. It's the local Western
Regional
Northeast
D2
South Dakota
basketball here.
Division II basketball. But believe it or not, actually, this doesn't seem unreasonable to believe. It is a big deal in Western Northeast South Dakota. Like
Yeah.
this basketball team is Western Northeast South Dakota. Hockey has gotten bigger over the last 10 years, but it's still very much a basketball town in comparison to especially geographically, the way that others are hockey towns. Western Northeast South Dakota is not. We do have a hockey team and it's gained traction, but it's still not. It's still a basketball town. And the other that I care about is Northern State Wolves men's basketball team. They actually, last year was in over 100 years, it was the worst season they had ever had. They won 2 games. It was the worst season in over 100 years, and it wasn't even close. It was by far the worst season. They had really not handled the transfer portal thing, had not worked out for them. They had a coach that got canned because he was not working in that system, the transfer portal system. Brought in a new coach this year. I mean, completely turned around, I guess, would be like you have an awesome season, you only lose 2 games. It hasn't been that, but they did go closer to 500, got a first-round home playoff game.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Last night against a team we beat twice this year, and we lost last night in 2 points in the fourth quarter. So
that's a lot of heartbreak there.
Back-to-back rough ones. And then the last one that I care about was my 8th grade son's basketball team. Finished last game of the season was today, and they spanked the Watertown Arrows, a classic Aberdeen rival.
Yeah.
We beat them by like 20 points, so went out on one final win after 2 tough
Got
ones.
one high point to end the year.
Yeah. Big Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles and Watertown Arrows, big classic rivalry.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay. So now that that's all wrapped up, I guess, what do you got to focus on? Timberwolves basketball now? You can get...
Yeah, probably going to start paying attention a little bit for the end of this. And that kind of the timeline kind of works because the NBA, although I like it, I just really like basketball.
Yeah.
The NBA, the first 80% of the NBA season, it kind of sucks. Like, it doesn't kind of suck. It just does suck.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll probably start paying a little more attention to the Timberwolves going forward. Yeah, I guess that's the 4th team that I care about. There's 4. There's 4. That's
because you don't really watch college basketball at all, really.
No, right? I watched a little bit of the. I pay
like the tournament, but you're not like paying attention.
But everyone
to
does, and even if you don't care about sports, you kind of pay attention. Well, maybe you don't at all, but like you're aware of that stuff. No, I don't really care about. Well, I like D2 and SIC.
Well, no, I know. Yeah, no, I know
college basketball, but not like real college basketball.
Someone's asked me how Nebraska basketball is doing. I think they're still ranked top 10, aren't they?
We got to get Paul on to really.
Yeah, he gives us the Nebraska ball update. I think I haven't paid enough attention. I don't know. I thought I saw they were 9 on TV the other day. Maybe they lost. Maybe they're good.
So that's sports. Is there any books? Do you got any books to go along with it?
No.
Sports and books is a very popular segment.
Yeah, I've not had any time to read any books lately. I will say this, like a month ago, maybe over a month ago, I started The Martian.
Yeah.
And have you read it or watched the movie? I can't remember.
I've watched the movie.
Okay.
I have not read it.
You know, I read it because I read Project Hail Mary, and I really enjoyed the book. And I'm like, oh, okay, this was the guy's first book. I'm maybe 60 to 70 pages into it. And it is a very fun book. It's an interesting premise, but I just cannot help but feel like I'm reading Hail Mary 1.2. It feels like the guy had the concept and he's like, I'm going to read it.
Do it again.
You know, maybe I'll enjoy it. But I feel like he was like, when he was writing one of the books, he was like, oh, I could do this or this. And then after he got done with the book, he's like, oh, when I had that idea that I could do one thing or the other, let's just make a whole new book. Yeah. It just feels like the same freaking plot.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to read. I still think it'll be an enjoyable, entertaining read. But
Project Hail Mary is coming out soon, isn't it? Like there's trailers for that.
I think the movie will be. I thought that was. I don't know if it's this summer or this spring or what, but.
Though I have been occasionally when I'm working on Gym Radar, I've been trying to audiobook listen to book 4 of the Red Rising series. But people warn me, and what I do not like, I think this is the correct term. They changed the person And I don't mean like I mean like in a literature point of view, they changed like
Like you're saying the main character changed? Or?
no, like, you know, like the person that you write in, where if you say I, or if you say
like it's like a third person thing or something? Or
yeah, it's something like that. They kind of changed it that way, where the first three are all through the lens of the main character, and well, here's what they did in book 4. They changed where each chapter is a different person.
Oh.
And you'll come back. It's probably like, I've never read the Game of Thrones books, but it's actually probably how Game of Thrones is. How you like, okay, finally we're back to Daenerys,
right?
And it's like we're hearing her
going
story.
To their chapter now.
Whereas the first 3 books never did that. You're always following the main character.
Okay.
And now it's like, oh, what the frick? I just spent 3 chapters like learning the perspective of completely new characters. I don't want to do that. I like I know what I like here, and don't make me do this.
Well, that's what I feel like everyone was giving the warning. They said, I thought people were saying like, oh, it changes after book 3. It changes.
It does change.
Okay.
But I didn't realize how it changed. I just thought the change meant the storyline was right. And it is, and I can deal with that. But it's that change that I'm like, I don't like that. Some people have said they actually like it better. I also feel like I just need to trudge through, and I might change my mind. It's just, they changed it on me. So I'm like, hey, we had a good thing going here. Why'd you do that to me?
Don't ever ruin it.
We had a thing and you messed it up.
Gotta change it up on me. Damn it.
So that's sports and books. One of are the most popular segments. Let us know in the comment section on YouTube. Is sports and books in your Mount Rushmore of Massenomics podcast segments? It's fast. One of the fastest growing segments of the Massenomics podcast. All right. We should talk a little bit more about Gym Radar. Do we have a gear switch at all of like what's important for us to touch on in this first week of
so I think we're kind of talking about getting beta testers in there doing that, which was good. We uncovered a ton of stuff. And then, ultimately we just really wanted to get this out there. We wanted people to get in here and start using it. Like we spent so much time on it, and we could have easily spent another 6 months just picking it apart. But ultimately, people had to get in there and use it. I want to say one thing that I really do like that we did, Tanner, is I have this, pet peeve, this annoyance when people will just hype things. The big things coming. It's like, okay, after so long. Or it's just like, oh, this is the project I'm working on. I'm working on it, guys. And when people just like, that's their posting for the next 6 months to a year is the project they're working on. And like, it's a different way to do things. Some people would tell you it's not right or wrong. What I would say is, just from a marketing standpoint, Apple, they're a big company. They don't come out in January and say, look at all the crazy stuff we're going to make for the iPhone. It's January. We're taking pre-orders, and you can pick it up in August, because it's like,
they come out with the launch, and they're like, here's the new stuff. Check it out.
It's like pre-orders go on sale this Friday, and you can pick it up the next week. And you're like, yes, I'm excited. I'm pumped. I want to buy that, and I want to participate. And I think so many people, they just get so excited around the excitement of newness and hyping things up that they're just like, I'm doing this thing. But it never comes, or it's just like, that's their whole personality of like, I'm just working on this thing and telling you about it. And I just love that we just kept it under wraps. We just kept plowing away. And then it was like, boom, here it is. The big unveiling, world go crazy. And I love the way that we managed to pull that off.
Yes. I think, there started to be supporting members that got early.
Yeah, because that was part of it though. But even then, the supporting members that got in, when they got in, that was their first exposure of it. It was, they didn't have a months and months heads up of what we were doing.
Right. That's true.
So,
what I really like about this, about what Gym Radar is shaping up to be, is it's kind of it's sort of like it's obviously a community platform for home gyms and home gym owners.
Mm-hmm.
And you might say some of those things, like this is actually a real case scenario on the Facebook group. Someone posted about Gym Radar the first day it came out. And, there was a guy in there that was like, why would I ever want to use this? And we had a conversation about it. And by the end of it, he signed up and is using it and is loving it. And what I think it does is fills a gap where the other things suck. Like the Facebook home gym community. I think it sucks.
It does. Well, in that it
like
was
kind
funny.
of. There's some parts of it that
There's
work.
some that are good, but it's like
yeah.
you're looking at it because for every one good thing, there's 15 just shitty things.
Right.
And I thought somewhat it was on that same comment thread of when someone posted our launch video for it. Someone goes like, "Oh, what does this offer over Facebook?" And someone goes, "You don't have to look through 20 posts of is this a good deal?" Because like that's or asking about horse stall mats over and over again, like which we do love a good horse stall mat question. But
should we kick off the live listeners?
Oh my god, are they still in here?
Yeah, I got a feeling someone was eavesdropping.
Oh my, they're still okay. They got to go. This is too much. Just got me really worried for a second there that like
you ever get that feeling like someone's watching you,
just hovering over your shoulder.
Big Win says 90 minutes in and they busted us. Cam says shh.
They were keeping a low profile in the Discord.
Yeah, they were trying to just be silent so we wouldn't notice they're still there.
It was working pretty
nice
good.
Nice try, guys.
Almost got away with it too.
And we could have got away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Oh, Scooby. All right, they're out of here. Okay, but yeah, that is part of the thing of people being like, well, why can't I just use the Facebook group? And here's a great one. Try to look for anything in the Facebook group. It is an absolute crapshoot if Facebook will let you even see it. And that's just how those platforms work. They're not meant to be like continuous archival logs of things. It's like Facebook wants it to just be a one and done thing. And when it's gone, it's gone. Like it's not good as a point of reference for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know what I was going to say next.
Yeah. Otherwise, like we're 2 days post launch is all, which is kind of crazy. It just seems like it's been 2 months in 2 days somehow, or also 2 hours in 2 days. It's some sort of paradox where it's been the longest and the shortest amount of time. And it's just going very well. Like if you wanted to hear a report back from us of like what our takeaway is off the start, it's being very well received. And I don't think this is looking through it through rose-colored glasses. Like the feedback, two things. The feedback we've gotten has been great.
Mm-hmm.
Some good constructive criticism too, and some things we can use, but it's overall just been awesome feedback and like really positive reactions to it. And tons of people that are like, this changes like completely the way I think about home gym content. This flips it on its head. It's a game changer. It is a game changer if you're into that community.
Right. And it's not like, yes, we built this tool, but like just the tool existing doesn't solve the problem. What solves the problem is all these people contributing to it, and people are contributing to it. And it like when you look at what the volume of work is accumulating to, it's like making some really, really cool stuff in there. Like you're like, I don't know, maybe we just need to get into this a little bit right now. Is like some of just the initial discoveries that we're learning from this. The first thing, Tanner, we've talked about this one extensively. People love to shit on Titan and like dunk on Titan, and it's like, oh, Titan gonna like this whole thing. People love to have this elitist view of Titan. I don't know. If you go to our equipment section and click most owned, there's a lot of Titan stuff in there. And what's that tell you? I mean, like there's stuff, they have a lot of stuff that is cheap. Like, I mean, that's the truth, but at the end of the day,
X3 series power rack is the fourth most owned rack on the site.
Yeah. I mean, the most owned barbell on the website is the Texas deadlift bar. The second most owned barbell on the entire website, the Titan Fitness safety squat bar. And like, if you start looking in almost any category, Titan has some of the top, because the way the website works, I don't know if we would make this clear enough. Anytime you add something to your gym, it puts it in the database as being owned. And so you can sort any equipment by most owned collectively or by any given category and find out like what are the products. And at the end of the day, what's the average home gym owner buying and spending their money on? Quite a bit of Titan stuff, actually. And is Titan not as good as the stuff that costs 4 times as much of it? Yeah, it's not usually, but it's also doesn't cost 4 times as much as that. Like when people like to shit on Titan, they're comparing it to something that's in a totally different price bracket, which isn't a like a good faith comparison in my opinion. So, and we've been to a lot of home gyms, and we've experienced it ourselves, Tanner. People have Titan stuff in their gyms, and for the most part, if you're a home gym owner and you know what you're getting into, people tend to be pretty happy with it,
Yep. Yeah, I like, so as far as that equipment stuff, I really like going to the equipment page and picking any category and searching by most owned is really interesting to me. Also, most reviewed reveals something too. And you can sort by rating, which is starting to populate better and better now. Like the thing you got to look at though is by rating. Like it does sort what's the highest rated, but there's also a little number of reviews that it show. And it's like, if it's highest rated and there's one review, that's only so valuable. But if it's making it into the highest review and there's 10 reviews, that is starting to tell me something important there too. It's like, no, this is actually legit. And a lot of people agree.
Yeah.
That's the case.
Just so along the most owned, we were talking about this earlier, and in our machine category, the most owned piece of machinery on this entire website is the West Side Scout Reverse Hyper.
Yep.
From Rogue. And how many gyms have this? 30 gyms on Gym Radar have the West Side Scout. Maybe even the more surprising thing, actually, though, is that the second most owned machine is the Voltra. And on Gym Radar, there are 26 gyms with a Voltra, which is also just a crazy number for that piece of equipment.
Something to consider now, even though we have many hundreds of people on here already, but there could be a bit of a
bias here.
Yeah, especially at the beginning. You know, that'll sort itself out a little bit as we get more and more users, but there is it's an enthusiast bias covering many hundreds of people, so it's still a pretty good sample size, but there probably is a little bit of that bias in there, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're someone that owns a Voltra, you're more likely to come onto Gym Radar in the first week than if you're someone that does not own a Voltra.
Well, yeah, the target audience, the crossover of Voltra owners and home gym, the crossover of Voltra owners and Gym Radar participants should be like damn near 100%. Whereas if you own, I don't know, some random piece of equipment, you may or may not care about Gym Radar at all. Like it's
right.
But yeah, so some of that's really cool to see. Yeah, just looking at benches, like you and I were talking about this, Tanner.
You know who owns the bench category? People talk about this and it's been kind of known, but now you can actually see what that looks like. Rep Fitness owns the bench category.
Of the top 10 benches of the top 10 most owned benches, Rep Fitness has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, 8. Or did I count 8?
6, I think. Or 7.
Yeah.
7
of the top 10 most owned benches are Rep Fitness. Like, yeah. Why do they keep coming out with more benches? Because they know what they're doing and people keep buying them. Like the flat bench, the Nighthawk, the Blackwing, the 3100, the 5200, the 3000,
30
the 4100.
gyms have that FB 5000 and it has 14 reviews with a 4.81 star. So that tells me right away, like, are you someone looking for a quality flat bench in your gym? Like you have to spend about 30 seconds on Gym Radar to probably put this FB 5000 pretty high on your list.
Well, and that's so maybe we didn't make that clear enough, is that is the beauty of this whole thing, is you actually see where people are putting their money. People can virtue signal and say what they would buy and I would spend my money here. But at the end of the day, where are people actually spending their money? And Gym Radar tells you that. And yeah, in this case, if you want a flat bench, it is just, on a much higher level than the next closest flat bench would be the Monster. Well, actually, the next closest flat bench is the Rogue Flat Utility Bench. But you get the sales data right there on what people are spending on.
Yeah. I'll be interested to see some of that stuff as it continues to. Number one most owned barbell is the Texas deadlift bar, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It is. Part of that one I was thinking about this the other day, that one gets chopped a little bit because we have the Ohio Power Bar split out by a few different categories.
Right.
I would make the argument that stainless should probably always be a different one, and Texas Power Bars doesn't do stainless bars. But the Rogue Ohio Power Bar is split out by like the zinc and the bare steel and the Cerakote versions. So if you combine those together, it's probably pretty close to what the Texas one is at, though.
Right. Yeah, that's a good note.
Also, dumbbells, no surprise. People buy Rep-Ins, they buy Iron Master, Power Block, Hex, dumbbells, Nuobel, more Power Block. Like, I mean, these are the companies you hear about all the time, and that's because that's where people are putting their money.
Yeah, the most owned strongman equipment is Cerberus Dual-Ply Sandbag. Doesn't surprise me. And then the second is the Titan Fitness T3 Series yoke. Then the next actual purchasable is the Titan Fitness Rackable Strongman log. Then the Titan Fitness Upright Farmer's Walk handles.
And you don't got to go very far to see the Titan 10-inch rackable log.
Yeah.
You know, the Titan.
I mean, the
Crucible
affordability,
Stone.
the value proposition is what, leads the day for
Titan
home gym owners
upright
a lot of
farmer's walk handles, their circus dumbbell. I mean, Titan, if you look at the top 20 products in the strongman category, Titan is like half of them.
Yep. Which I don't know if I would have known that. I mean, it seems a little intuitive to me now, knowing it, but that's hindsight. I don't know if I would have known that.
Yeah. Weight plate, kind of surprising how many people have York milled plates, but like there are a lot of them out there though. Like
that's why
they're around.
Like they just existed so in such high volume for so much, and they're very highly rated too.
They are, but they are. I mean, like they're a quality item.
Well, and it's the Strength Co is the most owned plate on the website with a very high rating, and really, the milled Yorks, like those two plates basically have reminded me of each. It's kind of like the Strength Co is the modern day milled York, in my opinion, and they're two of the most owned plates, and they're like the two highest rated plates on the website.
Yeah.
Actually, like the milled Yorks have a 5 out of 5 stars with 12 rating. That's kind of shocking still. And the Strength Co plates have been rated 23 times, and they still have a 4.94 rating.
There's 56 gyms with Strength Co plates on Gym.
Yeah.
It's one of the best. It's one of the most popular products on the website.
Yeah, those Savage bumper plates from Fringe Sports are the one you're talking about. They're one of the more owned bumpers. Yeah.
Yep. A lot of gyms have those.
Yeah.
Cardio, no surprise. Rower. I mean, that's the number one cardio machine on this thing. Concept 2, I should specify. The Concept 2 rower is hot.
All right.
But yeah, we'll do deeper dives on all of these things in future episodes, but those are just some initial impressions. You should hop on the website for yourself and dig around.
If we also put out a 30-minute YouTube, the most recent YouTube video was like a 30-minute YouTube video of us. We talked a lot about the Gym Radar history and what we're doing here with it, but that was like a more guided, like here's what it is, here's where you click, here's what you use it, here's how we intend for you to use it, here are the features. So if you want to check that out and you haven't, go give that a watch. And if you had questions about what to do where or anything like that, that'll probably guide you as well as anything. Anything else that we want? I mean, we're not going to be done talking about Gym Radar after today. Actually, in just a few weeks, I think what we'll do is we'll get Big Nate on the podcast. Yeah. And we'll get to kind of hear his story.
So the developer story.
Yeah. And maybe like the getting sick of working with Tanner and Tommy stories.
You know, the crazy part,
these
though,
fucking guys.
So this might be the craziest part of the whole thing, though, is working with Nate. We had our initial call. I think we had another call with the three of us like a month later.
Then one day I couldn't be there. You were just on.
Yeah, there was another one like a month after that where it's just me and Nate. And then we might have, I think we did one more with the three of us. And each one of those, I don't know if the longest one of those was an hour. So each one of those was between like 30 minutes and an hour. And that was the entirety of talking time that we had with Nate on this project. Otherwise, it was
all text messaging.
Us feeding him to-dos or texting. Yeah. I mean, there's a ton of communication. It just wasn't through talking.
Right. It was basically a 24/7 text stream.
Yeah, well, because Nate's working his job. So then when and he's in a different time zone, he's an hour ahead. So like when he's getting to things, it's outside of our working hours, which kind of just means like you're sort of always on call all the time.
Yeah, for as busy as we've been, I'm pretty sure he's been doing the same thing for the same amount of time.
He absolutely has. Yes.
And we'll get to hear that story a little bit about what it's been like. And was there someone giving props even today? Like was there a big YouTuber that was
it seemed like
calling out his
on the YouTube video there was, because I think Nate built, I don't know this, I think he built it in Svelte. It was like the framework or whatever he used. And yeah, some big developer YouTube channel commented on the video and was like, "Oh, awesome to see this built in Svelte, like cool." And I guess Nate knew who the guy was, or he followed the guy or something. So
yeah, I wonder if the guy is a home gym guy, like how he came across it.
If he's not, he should be.
We'll win him over. We'll get him on our radar.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also, in case you didn't pick up on it, we were saying it's on my radar a lot over the past few weeks. A lot.
Dropping little on my radar.
And also people that were in the know were dropping it a lot too.
Yeah. Yes. For anyone that, I don't know if we said this, but my radar is your feed, and we talked about that. You can choose to follow people, and you can either watch by following or all activity, any of that. But activity in my radar is called a blip. So each I don't want to call them, it's not a tweet,
post.
It's not a post,
Yeah,
it's a blip.
Yeah.
So everyone is a blip on your radar. That's at least what it's, lovingly described as, is their blips on your radar.
Be blipping.
Yeah. And what was Big Matt's comment in the pre-show last week that got the most reactions of anything I've ever seen on our Discord before?
He hit us out of nowhere. He said, she be jimming on my radar till I blip, and we lost it.
Yeah. She jimming on my radar till... Say that again. She jimming till I blip. Yeah. Yeah. Someone else made one today that was that monkey with like the oxygen tube in his nose, and me after blipping on my radar for the 69th time today.
Yep.
Whole lot of blipping on my radar.
Whole lot of blipping.
Lots of blipping going on. So go to gymradar.com. Sign up for a free account. You can become certified later at any point in time that you want to. Add your gym there, add a few photos, add the equipment that you've got, browse the other gyms, look at the equipment. I think that this is a really valuable tool anytime you're going to buy a piece of equipment.
Oh,
anytime you're looking to buy something, come here and check it out.
Because this is what's so great about it is if you're interested in anything, you just type that product in. On that product page, it tells you every gym on the website that has that product. So instantly you can see what it looks like in people's spaces, how they're using it. If someone has a really cool setup, all of their socials are there that they decide to fill out. So there's a good chance you have at least one of those platforms where you can shoot the person a DM, get a hold of them in some way. And if you want to have a more in-depth conversation, those connections are there. Like you can make that happen.
Yes. So go blipping crazy on this thing. So if you are going to buy something though, that what I was just thinking about that too is, I'm not telling you not to go to the Facebook group and ask, what does anyone know about the Temple of Gains multi-fly machine? Or I'm not telling you not to come to the Massenomics Discord and say, oh, has anyone ever used the Scout Rogue Reverse Hyper before? Like, would it work in a small space? You can still do that, but I still think your first stop should be Gym Radar, just to check it out and see what, like, that's probably going to answer your questions better than going to one of those other platforms to ask that thing. So check there first.
Yeah.
It's your first stop now. All right. Are we going to talk about anything else besides Gym Radar this week, or is that about it?
That's probably enough.
That's about it. We got to go get back to work on Gym Radar, so we can't podcast all night. Before we do that, something that's been on my radar for several years is barefoot shoes. They're on my radar. They're also at barefoot.store. Our friends just to the north of us down the road in Fargo, North Dakota, came out with some of the best barefoot. Theirs is actually BEAR foot shoes. I walked into an establishment the other day, and someone goes, how do you wear those shoes? Don't your feet just hurt all the time? And I'm like, no. You know when they used to hurt all the time? When I didn't wear these shoes.
Uh-huh.
And you know what they don't now is hurt all the time. And it's because I wear these shoes. You too could experience people asking you, how do you wear those shoes like that? And be able to smugly tell them that I wear them with a smile on my face and no pain in my feet. Barefoot.store, discount code Massenomics will save you 10% on every pair of shoes that you buy there.
This episode is also brought to you by The Strength Co. The Strength Co., yes, that's right, the #1 most popular plate on Gym Radar. And for good reason. They're slim yet rugged. They're easy to grip. They're made in America. They're black, E-coated. They're made to last a lifetime, and they're the go-to plates of Massenomics Gym, Tommy's Home Gym, and I mean, they're kind of unofficially the go-to plates of Gym Radar as of right now, because when you're the top dog in any category, you are the go-to option. So what more do you need to know? It's all right there. Go to the Strength Co., buy yourself a pair of plates. They even got barbells. They got all types of stuff for your gym. And then once you get that, make sure you go back to your Gym Radar profile, add those on there so you can join the masses in being part of the party here. That's the Strength Co., thestrength.co.
Thank you, the Strength Co. Our next, which gym tour video are we going to publish next?
I was going to ask you about that. And I was thinking maybe we'll even post it a day early, maybe. Because we're going to be gone the next day. And then, this last video came out on a Tuesday.
So you think we might release it on a Wednesday?
We might release it on a Wednesday, maybe. Maybe it'll be Thursday, but it could be Wednesday, possibly.
The next couple are going to be pretty big ones, I think.
They are.
So you're going to want to be watching closely to the Massenomics YouTube channel. We got a couple banger. I'll say this, we got a couple banger episodes coming, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean. I was there. I filmed them, so yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm pretty in tune with exactly what you mean there. Yes. A couple banger of an episodes. I'm saying episode that's some people say episode when they talk about our gym tours now.
It's a funny thing to think about, yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, I love this new episode. And I'm like, well, I guess it sort of is. We do it like every week, and we've done it for a couple of years, so it's kind of like an episode, but yeah. So check out our new gym tour episodes as they drop every week on the Massenomics YouTube channel. Well over 15,000 subscribers, road to 20,000. Give us that subscribe if you're not. Gym Radar has a YouTube channel. You can check it out there. We may start to put some things out there specifically on that YouTube channel that are very Gym Radar related. Mm-hmm. We also have an Instagram account that's going to continue to post stuff that's very Gym Radar. We're going to put statistics regularly, maybe some feedback, reviews. Occasionally, we'll probably share some gyms off of Gym Radar that we'll put them on the Instagram channel. So that is Gym Radar HQ on Instagram. It's also Gym Radar HQ on YouTube. GymRadar.com is the website. We own that domain. You can't take that away from us. GymRadar.com. Wasn't as easy as to get as you might,
or as cheap as
it wasn't as cheap to get as you might hope. It wasn't that hard. It did take us a little bit to actually. It took us a little bit of figuring out how to get that.
It's what they call a premium domain.
My one final last leave it on was people always like to know the story of coming up with the name Massenomics. Well, now we have a second story of coming up with the name Gym Radar. Probably was originally going to be Gym Atlas until
originally project. Well, yeah, just this Gym Atlas, yes, until we realized that didn't encompass the whole project.
Yeah, and then we had some other options that we floated around too, and one that we talked about. The more we talked about it, the more we liked it was Gym Radar because.
So Tanner, he was cranking out all these names. He had that. You had that. You had a couple others that were totally acceptable too, but Gym Radar was just the perfect one for the length. When we talked about that one, it being available, and it just worked.
Domains are not free though, apparently. I guess
no, not if you want one that's just.
It feels like an odd thing to exchange money for. Like, luckily, there's reputable sites that are involved in that process.
Right.
Because otherwise, it's like,
you're not getting scammed.
So what do you mean it's ours now? And what way? Are you sure? I hope so.
It's all mine, yeah.
All right, gymradar.com. That's where you can find us on there too. You can find our profiles, our gyms. Check that stuff
Eventually,
out there.
once we get done adding equipment, I'll start leaving some more reviews. But
we're both slipping on the leaderboard.
I know. God, I keep falling down that thing, man.
What spot are you at right now?
Oh, I think I'm like 20 something. Let me see.
You might be like 40.
Oh God, I'm waiting. Oh my God, I am 40. Jeez,
you're 40. Yeah.
just shows I haven't been paying enough attention to that lately. God, you got to.
Well, I'm not even in the top 20 anymore.
You got to have 1,000 points to be number 26 now. Actually, the cut, 100 is 442. You don't even get a gold medal unless when you're number 75 on the leaderboard, you're only at a gold medal still.
Yeah.
It used to be a gold medal meant something. Not no
We used to
more.
be a proper country. Yeah. We used to be a proper friggin' country. Tommy, where do they find you at besides Gym Radar?
You can find me on Gym Radar at Tommy's Massenomics Home Gym of Crew Falls, or you can type in my name on Gym Radar in the search and find me. Otherwise, you can find me on Instagram at Tomahawk_D.
And Gym Radar, you can follow me. Massenomics Tanner is the name. Massenomics Gym is the gym. Tanner_Baird is my Instagram handle. But please just make sure to follow Massenomics and Gym Radar.
See ya.